BoxBox Hub is an absolute essential for any Formula One fan, and the entire app with new widgets, statistics, localized race schedules, and countdowns, you name it. They even have support for Apple's new live activities feature with real-time updates during a race right on the lock screen, and honestly, some of the best looking widgets I've seen.
Questions is on my mind tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Spanish Grand Prix. A couple of questions. The first question is, what did it make chicken so damn tasty? It's fantastic, isn't it? As I quickly wipe away the grease from everywhere on my on my being. Also, another question I have got then, will Andretti be allowed into Formula One? I've got everything crossed because that's the most important part of my life so far. And the most important question in the next hour or so is, what is the pecking order for Formula One now? Then we have had a update, haven't we, last night, and I certainly think that there was potentially, that update potentially did throw a curveball in Silver. Haas's monopoly on Silver has been undone. Of course, Nigel, who was very impressed with the opening two races, didn't score a point as far as I'm aware. And of course, Glocksu finally got a Grand Prix win after, well, he still was on pole position for 3 out of 3 races, but finally got a race win as well then. So that is the questions on my mind, is what is going to be occurring tonight in the next hour or so then. Let's go for the drivers of the constructor show. I asked Jay Hingston, who is my, I'm not going to say it anymore, but has been my championship favourite from the outset, but hasn't on a strong start. Well, say it's on a strong start season. He hasn't from his standards. Out of the final turn, then it is very gloomy out there. Are we going to see some precipitation there from the sky? Maybe that might be why we've got a fairly busy track. Then, having said that, then only half the drivers have got the memo. Then potentially, drivers' championship. It is Slayer getting his first Grand Prix win of his career last time in. Where was he last? Oh, Austria. Then it was Kiki, who didn't score in Austria after having issues there. He is second at the moment. Cirrus Mushroom in third position. A solid start to his campaign. Fourth is Hings, and we're on board with Hings now with Brooksy and Smithy. Fifth and sixth. Duncan Dave with his first podium of his career in ALR Bronze last week is 8th in the championship, 7th in the championship. Styles, brilliant drive in 8th, and FIFA Beefy and Dynamo Dan 9th and 10th. The 2 Aston Martins completing the top 10. Sickers Merc only 2 points out, along with Vintage getting a good solid 2 points, well, with Movement and Rocket, with Movement and Winnie getting 2 points out, well, as well, to complete off the top 10, well, the point score, I should say, in the Bronze Championship out of the final turn then. I keep looking to see if there's a rating on the cockpit of Higgs. I don't think there is, to be honest, because here Slick as Muck has come out on to the medium compound tyres there. We've got FIFA Beefy, who is just tackling turn 4. Now that as they come into the very technical part of turn 5. And Slayer going second faster, about 8 tenths of a second away from Higgs at the moment there for Slayer. But I think that Slayer then, as we asked him last week, then might be riding a wave of momentum. Kiki in second position at the moment, and with Vintage going 4th fastest at this moment in time. Then hello everyone who is just joining us on the stream. Then Knowlesy, good luck bronze there. As we got I thought we had someone on Twitch then. Yo, Alex Cheers said, moving bronze is back. Let's go then. Hi, Sean. Hope you're well again, and everyone else tonight. Good luck. I hope so. More cars the merrier. I'd say it'd be good to see a newer team moving and saying that. That is exactly it. Then Formula 1 should have 12 teams in Formula 1 is allowed up to 12 teams. I think they allowed 12 or 13. I don't know. Well, last time everyone had a 4-4 grid of 26 cars with Monaco 95, which is wow, overdue, isn't it? But that's one thing that's really getting my goat at the moment. Then is this Andretti thing is really winding me up. Then, especially with Red Bull owning 2 teams, and especially with their marketing strategy as well, and basically AlphaTauri is meant to have their own identity and all that kind of stuff, while they've been sold out by a Visa cash out then, which is good stuff. And Haas then, who I'm not sure if Gene Haas is particularly happy, well, is not sure if he is satisfied with sitting in the back, but doesn't seem to want to spend the money either. But that is his money, I suppose, is the prerogative then. But Haas, for me, is not really an ambitious team either. But that's just my opinion there on the matter. Said Kiki, do you love me? Liam is saying, and oh, Brooksy is scampering off the circuit there. I'm not going to do my singing this week then, because we are in Spain, and I'm sure that kind of criminal activity is not allowed. Right, at the moment in time, though, we've got 9 cars that have set time so far. We have got Slayer who's going to put another time on the board now. Bigness there has been fueled up for a couple of runs, and we're just watching movement in the AlphaTauri. Last time we're going to see AlphaTauri in Formula 1, of course, for this season. And then we go for the Constructors' Championship whilst moving's about to finish there. Vamos! Mushroom! Cameron is saying that. Into 13 and 14 as well. Oops, I've almost blocked someone there. That's not good. Oh, Camera Racer, hello. Evening, Sean. Hello, all drivers. Good luck there. Camera Racer is saying, moving goes 5th fastest. Moving having a bit of a difficult start in his bronze campaign this season. But let's see what the AlphaTauri driver can do going forward. That's the beauty about championships, is that you've always got another race and initial retirement. And Slayer's out never this year, unfortunately. Last week's Grand Prix winner is having a bit of a bumpy start to the campaign in Catalonia tonight then. Constructors, McLaren lead the way. They've had a fantastic start in the Constructors' Championship. Smithy Almighty is borrowing Favre's wheel here tonight, because Smithy's wheel has done a wheelie and wheeled off somewhere. So Smithy is borrowing Favre's wheel. We've also got Rocket Lee starting his lap as well in the Ferrari. Of course, Rocket Lee only his 3rd ever Grand Prix start in LR. Very much a new driver, very much a rookie right from the get-go. Very tough, isn't it, to jump into the game midway through its lifespan in really trying to get on the pace. But Rocket Lee done a really good job in Austria, so hoping for more the same again here tonight then. Right, McLaren in the Constructors then 6 points in front of Ferrari. Brilliant start from Brooksy and from Smith Almighty. Consistency is the key in Woken. For third position is the Alpine team with AlphaTauri in 4th, with Williams are in 5th position, 24 points, 20 for Mercedes, 15 for the Red Bull. Then we've got Aston Martin on 9, 2 for Haas, and Alfa Romeo yet to get off the mark on 0 points. And Nil Poir, as they say in the Eurovision Song Contest, which hopefully isn't too far away. I shall think something. I do love watching Rocket Lee then is I'm going to ride with him. I'm going to live with him through this, not literally, but on board with him as we come through 13 and 14. And Rocket Lee, great time indeed, on a 12 flat there. Evening, all cars are slightly more loose on the posterior, Sean, after the update. I love to see that. I don't think any of the drivers do, but I think the drivers need to work more, don't they, really? And well, Smithy Whitey is doing a really good job with that wheel that Farford's lent him. I think that Farford might have to take a few tips, and his Farford qualifying performance has been less than desirable. I'm sure he was down in 17th in silver last night. I believe whilst I was riding on the bus home, I couldn't really see it, really. Speed Key or Speed Kai, depending on your vocabulary. Unfortunately, my vocabulary is pretty rubbish. But Speed Key is very much a big peddler in the Red Bull. Then Red Bull have had in every race so far. They've had a sub in bronze. Then, so hopefully Red Bull get some consistency going forward in the next race, which I'm sure is in Hungary, the technical twisty dust ball of a circuit, which I cannot wait for. And it's very much a completely different circuit to this one. Then Kiki 11-4 then starts on a journey. Yellow flags for one of the Haas cars. Then it's just crawling to a halt. Swan Shanks on the medium tires. Casal left the session, but back in as well. Good to see Casal then also also then go to set a time on the board. Tango, even short hopefully while I'm modes, well, my good sir, especially on this Tuesday night then. Which I must say, without ALR Bronze, it is almost the worst day of the week for me. I don't know why. I think it must go back to my school days. But for some reason, I used to absolutely despise Tuesdays. Absolutely despise Tuesdays when I was growing up. I still do now. However, the worst part of the Tuesday is gone. The best part of Tuesday is now watching the brilliant bronze men men and drivers go to work then in a lovely helmet shot here from Swan Tank here. Hello, old boy, Camero saying it. So I think it's a serious question there as an answer, Camero, so I have a feeling that must have been too serious. Goodness gracious me. I think, was it last week where we was all talking about our ages and stuff, which got me very depressed. And Kiki is not going to be depressed at all, that performance so far, with Brooksy currently second one, and Brooks had a great start to the season, hasn't he? It really has indeed, Brooksy, in the McLaren. Now, I think that he is enjoying the setting of the McLaren, isn't he? Not just the setting as well, just how it plays and how it works. And Brooksy has been in ALR since the dawn of Cobalt a few seasons ago, but I think that, yes, he's had a couple of wins in Cobalt, but I do think that this is a very good start for Brooksy, and I'm not going to say anything more, because we all know how it goes, but strong. Had a dodgy controller with an L2 braking when me, on me then when I didn't want to have the first race show. Got some new pads, so ready to go. Hopefully Moomin is saying so. Let's go with Moomin now. 7200 a second in the second split time around Cox Corner, and then down diagonal all the straight then for the second intermediate split time. 7800 a second down. Moomin's at the limit of that car there. Moomin is throwing it in. Great stuff indeed. Not making any excuses though, but it has hindered me a lot then. Of course, I think that Moomin's race here in the 100% was cut short, wasn't it? Quite dramatically. I think out of the race on the opening couple of laps, don't think Moomin made it past the first lap or two. Moomin is ninth at the moment there with Dynamo Dan, former runner-up there. Really, I'm not sure. Am I being harsh on the Aston Martin driver? Indeed I am there. But a disappointing start for Dynamo Dan in bronze this season. And I think it was quite disappointing last season as well for Dynamo Dan. It's just not. I think as he struggled with the game, I think it's just more of Dynamo Dan trying to get himself back into the groove of things in bronze, I would hazard a guess then. Hings just under a tenth of a second down in the first sector. What about the second sector? That's better, a quarter of a second up. And that is going to be enough to get him onto the front row of the grid potentially there. Casal, unbeknownst to me, whilst I've been talking the waffle and truffle shopping the shuffle, Casal has gone up into third position 5 3/4 minutes ago in this qualifying session. DRS, third position for Hings then. Quarter of a second, improving again on the final sector, and Hings goes third fastest. Good stuff indeed. We just seen Donovan down then. Is anyone else coming out of the pits? Well, we've got Slayer down in 12th position then. Lost at sea at the moment, Slayer is that. Wonder if it's the new setup of these cars potentially. Cars, hello and good luck. Missing the next two races, possibly a surgery on January the 1st. Hopefully, not on good there, Cars. Hopefully, I'll have a good race, and and hopefully, surgery is not too alarming. I'm honest, surgery sounds scary enough to me, to be honest with you. So, I'm hoping I hope it all goes well, Cars. Goodness gracious me, on the 31st of Jan as well, which is, tomorrow, goodness me. So, Cars there, who's, should probably be prepping for surgery, but instead has decided to spend his night or afternoon over in Canada with us. So fantastic stuff indeed there for Canada. This update has ruined me, Slayer is saying, and unfortunately, the proof is in the pudding. I love a bit of pudding right now, but Slayer is not interested in the pudding. Sick as much there, venturing onto the runoff area there, and that is not ideal in the first sector, and Sick as much might abandon this time there and go for another bite of the cherry then next time around. The first intermediate split time was just before turn 4. So Sickles Muck abandoning this time, and let's see who's out there. We got Casal out there at the moment. We've got two Mercedes, and Rocket Lee, I think, has just produced a decent time and made himself, no, he's going again actually, Rocket Lee. It's good time indeed then. Sayer starting his lap as well. Vintage has moved, Scuba Shoe up in the 14th position in the second Mercedes. Vintage out there, and we've got Swan Shanks who's invalidated his run there. So, unfortunately, he has been a naughty driver. Swanshanks has, so going to have to have another bite of the cherry as well. Then, no worries, getting a reduction. Laugh out loud. Then, is that the surgery, Gaz, or if I missed something? I'm not sure. Reduction of what? Oh, dare I ask? Goodness me. To be honest, I don't need a reduction. I think I need a growth or a enlargement potentially. But anyway, that's for another day's conversation, I think. Casal going fourth. Alfa Romeo across the line of Marski to improve his time by the minutest of margin there. 3.5 minutes to go in this qualifying session. This session's flying by as I'm trying to keep up, but I'm not doing a very good job at all in the comments. I apologise profusely. I will get there eventually. It's only taken me 5 years, I mean. Rocket Lee! Wow! And one Ferrari is absolutely rocketed away, pun intended, whilst Slayer, who is struggling at the moment. Vintage has had issues. As Vintage crashed coming into the pit lane now. I hope I'm not. Oh no! And he's into the pit lane and into the wall. And unfortunately for Vintage there, he's done a nosy. He's in the wall. And well, I got to say, half our admin team has crashed coming into the pit lane. That's far from nosy, to be honest there. I don't think Smithy's ever done so. And I've never done so because obviously I'm an uncrowned champion. So Slayer at the moment is currently invalidated his time there. So who's out on track at the moment? Rocket Lee, what a great time indeed then. Out there, lovely stuff. I think everyone's on an in-lap. This gives me a fair opportunity to waffle in. Did an 11.6 on TT the other day, now doing a 12.6. Slayer is saying that good luck with the surgery, Kaz. And did they change the performance camera? Is saying no, they haven't changed the performance. The car doesn't feel the same. I'm struggling. Hit replacement, thanks. Got lucky. Getting Alvis. What? So, goodness me. Right. Anyway, I'm not sure if I should finish reading that. Into the pits comes Rocket. I think that Winnie's out on circuit at the moment. He is. He's first 9 on the second down. Was Scooby Stew has found some time in his back pocket. Here he is. Oh no, he isn't. He's into the pits now. This time a bit more leisurely than Vintage. Vintage, unfortunately, might be starting on the back row of the grid there. Unfortunately, there. Let's see whether you can get carbon fibre to go the lightweight. Then Ted Tank is saying, I need a bit of carbon fibre around the old waistline. To be honest, to be fair. Would be quite nice, but then I wouldn't have any excuses why I'm so slow then. Well, not in a Formula 1 car, just in walking pace as well. Right, Serious Rush, you can park there, Vintage, and Dan took Mushy's keys there. I'm an idiot, I forgot to change to new fresh tyres, saying there's some more pace as well. Winnie goes 13 faster, pretty winner, because on the podium as well a few times as well. Career as well. So Winnie, wondering if we're going to see more of the same. And unfortunately for Winnie, we don't have the Azerbaijan Grand Prix on the calendar this season. I think that's the first time ever in ALR history I haven't got the Azerbaijan Grand Prix on the calendar, which is a bit of a shame because I do quite like the chaos of Azerbaijan, but I don't think the drivers fancy this at all. Remember, this is season 10 of ALR this season. As a whole, probably of course this is season 7 of Bronze, and it's Swanshanks kicking up Willie Grass in the Haas car. FIFA Beefy all the way down in 14th at the moment. He needs to find some time in the second split time, half a minute to go here through Cox Corner for FIFA Beefy now. Nothing's going right, Moomin is saying. Do quality mushroom. He did Equals there. There's Equals there. There's got an angry mushroom as well. What's all these notifications for? Hang on, how do I get rid of it? Or is that actually no? We'll put the phone down for a minute. And of course, the good stream should be living in the moment. There's not a phone in sight. Across the line, FIFA BP in the top 10. Checker flag has fallen. Moomin, unfortunately, it has gone wrong because I think the Moomin had a lot more pace in the AlphaTauri and has not shown it. That is not ideal at all. We've got the second Red Bull on screen now as Kaz has gone into 5th fastest there. What about the coming across the line now? It's the Alfa Romeo and the Williams up in now. Hings is 3rd, Rocket Lee 4th, Casal in at 5th position. We're just watching Speed Kai. We've got a McLaren behind us there. I think it's on Brooks or Smith or Mike. There's a lot of cars that are about to finish off their laps here into the final turn, then flicking it out of the final turn now. That I'm dribbling. This looks a good lap there from Speed Kai and 3rd fastest. good heavens above. Whoa, Brooksy's in the war, and unfortunately he's done a Heintower Frenton out, or was that at Montemimi? Oh my gosh, now. And goodness me, there's cars are going left, right, and centre. Yellow flag for the McLaren, and unfortunately, what about the second McLaren? And for Smithy, he's invalidated this time. Smithy has there. What about Slayer? Invalidated as well. The last week's race winner out of qualifying. Kiki, pole position there for the Alpine. Great stuff indeed then. A bit of a damp squib then towards the end of qualifying there. But I don't think the Alpine driver is going to be too concerned about my opinion, because they are on pole position for the second time this season. And great stuff indeed there for himself and the Alpine team now. Lovely jubbly indeed. And what is Kiki's all-time pole position stats, I hear you ask in the comments? It is 7 in 36 qualifying attempts there. So great stuff indeed there for Kiki. Magnificent stuff indeed. And I think if you're overjoyed with that result then. Right. What have I missed then? I wish Mushroom did laugh out loud. At least he would have been an Alpha Terry on fresh tires. My season's going to be washed now. Slayer saying good luck. Should have gone to Specsavers, it said. Looks like Kiki has there with those goggles on. Fantastic. As Kiki pole position by 4800 a second, then with Brooksy alongside him on row 1. Huge smash there for Brooksy then as he crashed coming out of the final turn. And I think it wasn't Monterey, was it? I'm talking absolute boulder dash. Was it me with Skill Torella? In the Simtech. Of course, Simtech had a horrific year in 94, didn't they? Unfortunately. I think Hill crashed there as well in the 96 Spanish Grand Prix. And didn't Frenson have an almighty shunt there as well in 94? Of course, there's a lot of bad shunts going on in 94, wasn't it? After the horrific events of Imola. Right, I'm waffling. I'll be back.
BoxBox Hub is an absolute essential for any Formula One fan, and the entire app with new widgets, statistics, localized race schedules, and countdowns, you name it. They even have support for Apple's new live activities feature with real-time updates during a race right on the lock screen, and honestly, some of the best looking widgets I've seen.
I'm very slow on the go button tonight. Goodness gracious me, I apologise profusely. I'm trying to have my tea a bit quick. Right, let's get on with it, shall we? As of course, it's probably not a good idea because I'm probably going to give myself indigestion, which I'm very good. But oh well, good job I got some California. Right then, let's get going then for the start of the Spanish Grand Prix. Speed Kai has left the session, not ideal at all. There are the tyre compounds then for all 20 cars. Let's go through the grid. Softs, mediums and hards, they're all on the cars. My goodness me. Variety is the spice of life. 33 laps around here, by the way, around Barcelona. I'm so glad we've gone back to the older configuration of the circuit, or depending on when you started watching F1, the new configuration of the circuit. Unfortunately, I don't like to say that how old I am these days, but when I first started watching F1, this is more the classic circuit that I was used to. There, of course, no Mickey Mouse chicane at the final, on the final 2 quarters there, and of course there was not as acute angle into him. Right, anyway, Kiki, pole position, the 7th time in his career, good 17, he's on the medium. Hard tyres for Brooksy. Brooksy had an almighty shunt there, coming out of turn 14 then. That's going to be, that must have been quite a high velocity shunt then. Speed Kai, not in this car, and I presume you didn't want to choose those tyres either, so Speed Kai is going to be absolutely fuming with luck there. Jay Hings in 4th position there. Jay Hings there, of course, very much has been solid, if not spectacular so far this season. Dynamite Dan in 5th, also on the hard tires. Dynamite Dan, is he back to form? Goodness me. Rocket Lee, like in Austria, once again showing his prowess on one-lap speed. Can he get some points for the Scuderia? With his teammates really been hamstrung by this update, costly potentially. Cassel returns to the car after a week absence. Sick as muck in 8th position there. Of course, he felt hard done by Speed Car is back in the session. Good 17. Sick as muck there. Not happy with one of the stewards in decisions there over the past couple of days. We'll talk about that later on in the race. And if we get time, Marsky in 9th position on the medium tyres, and with Smithfield Mighty Stolen Fast Wheel in 10th position there with Fifi 11, Moomin 12, 13th Slayer, 14th Winnie, hard tyres for Winnie, Kaz and 15th, hard tyres for Scooby Stew, Vintage hot medium tyres, and Swanshanks hard, Styles medium, Serious Mushroom medium as well, all lined up on the grid now, preparing themselves for the start of the Spanish Grand Prix. And I have not read all the comments there. I'll try and get there as quickly as I can, but I bet you as soon as I look down, something's going to go awry. Kaz has been disqualified from the session. That's not ideal. But I'm hoping that Speed Car is in the car. He's ghosted. And Kiki then for car 13. Lights on, lights off, and it is go. Here we go in Spain then, and with the softer tyres, and Kiki gets a decent launch, and Brooksy is lined up right behind him as well. Yellow flag at the back of the field, and Speed Kai is right down the back of the field there. So the Kiki and the Speed, oh no, and the Speed Kai has left the session, and that is it then. As there's a spin, who is that? That's Dynamite Dan, the former runner-up of bronze, and he's looking the wrong way here. Oh, that's a nightmare for Dynamite Dan. What a shame there, because Dynamite Dan had a great qualifying. Up the inside goes FIFA beefing, passes the Ferrari. Rocket Lee just going a bit wide then. Can Rocket Lee stabilise the ship then? And who is that? Slayer up the inside, passes Barsky. And no, he doesn't then. Slayer's made up 4 positions for Kaz and Skimmy Stew as well. Styles and Serious Rushers made up 5 positions. 5 positions for FIFA beefy as well as we go through 4th corner. Goodness me, it looks very bumpy going up into Cox corner. And whoa, and who's that? Alpha Romeo then? And I thought the Kaz was off the circuit and just about keeping it in the white lines there. Down into the big stop at turn 10 and whoa, as we got more action at the back of the field then. Winnie's off the circuit. There's cars all over the show here. Winnie's recovering. There's yellow flag there. And my goodness gracious me, Swanshank said, it looks like they all got their wings set. Maybe that one completed. The gap is about 9/10 a second already. It is a second now then, of course, and that is crucial then in this race. And DRS will be enabled at the end of this lap, of course. And now we've got some slipstreaming already then going down to turn 1 with Cassel having a sniff and with Sick as Muck over the 5th position as well. Oh my word, then Rocket League down positioning. Our doubters are a bit skew with, and we'll worry about that later on. And look at this then, as Slayer who won the race last week then is struggling with the car's performance this week then with the update then, but at the moment there he's in 9th position there. Moomin though having a look and going on the inside of the Ferrari then Moomin is and now but Slayer's got the high ground there. Moomin giving Slayer a bit of an encouragement through turn 5 there. Oh my word then, and now coming up into 4th corner once again and on board with Moomin in the AlphaTauri. The lead AlphaTauri at the moment, but Serious Mushroom, their teammate is only for a couple positions behind us. So I go through Cox corner again, and I always grimace when we go through Cox corner on the opening stages then. And FIFA Beefy passed by Sick as Muck, then Sick as Muck, who we normally see in the Aston Martin. Now he's now in the Haas car this season. I've been doing 5th position. Sick as Muck is flying through the field quite nicely indeed then. Lap 2, Darius is now enabled then, but it's not going to be a problem for Kiki at the moment. They're flying away, he's rocketing away in this race after another lap then, and another lap which is now up to 1.5 seconds in this Grand Prix. Darren Sirwin, FIFA Beefy reclaims that 6th position then. And now here comes Rocket Lee on board with Rocket Lee now. And going, having a look there, Sick as Muck there on the hard tyres at the moment. I think it's soft tyres for FIFA Beefy. Having a look there, he's going. No, he isn't now. As looking very edgy there. Was the underneath the rear wing of that car. On board now with Marsky on the outside of the Ferrari once again. But Marsky's going to be hung out to dry. He is hung out to dry. Marsky doesn't want to be in the meet in the Ferrari sides for too much longer, and he's having a look there. He's going this way and that way, but Rocket Lee will not be deterred. Rocket Lee is not going to be driving on his wing mirrors at the moment, no, is he? Because he's just going to be thinking about attacking that Haas car in front. DRS enabled down this short, sharp straight. Then it'll be the straight, the start finish straight down into turn one, moving there, diving down the inside. Whoa! But he was asking too much of the grip of the AlphaTauri, and Moomin has stayed in the 10th position there. Ferrari of Slayer up is staying in 9th position as well, and flicking it through 13 and 14 to complete another lap here in Barcelona. And what a start to this race has been there. Scuba Stew in a great 11th position with Cass, Sarah's Mushroom and Smithy Almighty all fighting for the position. And Jay Hinks got past Brooksy, and look at this, and we'll have a look at that in a minute, because look at this, we've got three abreast and going down in turn one. Smithy is going 40, he's having a look down the three abreast, and Sarah's rushing up the inside, takes the position, or has he? Because of moving contact. No, what's that? No, it wasn't moving. It's the Mercedes. I apologise. Goodness gracious me, that the cars look almost identical, apart from the fact they don't look identical. My word, then, as Ted Tango said, I do need to go to Specsavers. Scuba Stew down into 12th position now. Cars in 13th. Smithy Almighty in 14th position on the soft tyres, and he's not really done what he would like to have done. In this McLaren at the moment. Back at the front, Kiki has lost about almost a second there. He's lost about 9/10 of a second there, because look at this. Jay Hinks is charging now, and on the hard tyres, and that is alarm bells ringing left, right and centre. Surely then for Kiki and the rest of the field, Jay Hinks similar to the pace, and while Rocket Lee is off the circuit, and Rocket Lee has recovered back on now. Smithy almost into the back of the Alfa Romeo car. A yellow flag then is Dynamo Dan there has crawled to a halt over at Cox Corner, and Jay Hinks set the fast out of the race. And Jay Hinks said very much the pace is almost as electric as Percy was on a Sunday night. What an incredible turn of events. And Slayer down the inside, passes moving. Yes, he is through, passes the AlphaTauri up into 8th position. But what about movement? He is going up and under his he's having a look then right underneath the gearbox on the front, and he is going to be out there. He's going to be using the Earth deployment. He's having a look, but nothing more than that. And well, now movement might have to make do in 9th position for the time being. Mushroom is up into 10th position now. There is Mushroom in the background. And all over, and he's going to be all over the back of his teammate soon. Dynamo Dan is in the pit set. Yellow flag out there for one of the Mercedes, and it is Vintage. Unfortunately, having issues in qualifying, and now in the race as well there for Vintage. And there's Dynamo Dan just recovering out of the pit lane. Look back at the front. My word, Jay Hinks, but he's pulled Brooksy along with him here. So what is Kiki going to do now? Remember, Kiki very unhappy about the issues that he had in Austria. Would like to bounce back here tonight. And Kiki at the moment is going to be very concerned by the pace of these two behind him. Casal in the 4th position now, kind of all on his lonesome. There he is in the background at the moment now. I don't think Casal's going to be too concerned by that. Sick as Muck is going to be more concerned about FIFA Beefy. He is through and up into 5th position there. FIFA Beefy there, unable to defend that. Then Rocket Lee has recovered up into 13th now. On Smithy having a look at Scooby Stew, and through and up into 11th position now. Smithy is, oh goodness me, oh my word. Well, that was an interesting start to the Spanish Grand Prix, wasn't it? Goodness gracious me, my feet are absolutely freezing up there. We got a movement, and Slayer, and of course, remember that Slayer was the winner last week, wasn't it? But of course, we have the question that we started the opening line of the broadcast here tonight. Then was a lot of questions. Some of them relevant, some of them weren't. And one question that was certainly relevant in this one, though, was the update of the game. Then, how is it going to transpire? What is the pecking order going to be now here in bronze? Well, at this moment in time, whoa, Serious Much now thought he was going off into the scene, the accident there. Well, of course, in silver last night, Nigel, the former champion of silver, was doing all right then. But, of course, he had some pit stops toward the end of the race. And whether that was down to tyre wear or damage, then I did not really see, to be fair. But the bottom line was that Nigel, who's been so good in the opening two races, then was just not the same Nigel. Whether that was just because the car circuit specific, or was there an issue with how the car runs now for Nigel, remains to be seen then. Remains to be seen then, as just going down into turn one. Well, Knowles has said that there is no difference from pre-patch to post-patch. I probably should have read the patch notes, really, but of course, I don't, unfortunately, I don't read a lot, to be fair. I just get excited about, whoa, what's happening here? And now we've got Serious Russia up the inside, passes his teammate there, and his teammate of Moomin has run wide there, and now it's going to be allowing Smithy Almighty on the inside then, but he'll have the outside into turn 5 here, but Smithy's got the softer tyres, and let's see that Smithy almost on the curb then, and they're going to go side by side to fourth corner. Smithy having an almighty amount of understeer now. The car is not positioned at all well for Smithy's point of view. Well, you have DRS now down this short back straight, but he's going to need an almighty lunge then, isn't he then? Equals third to last in 1 second. Dang it then. Unfortunately, we've also got Speed Kai then just also explaining about the issues he's had, which we'll read out in just a few moments time then. But I can't take my eyes off of this at the moment there. And Gap at the front then is coming down quite quickly, because here he comes. Jay Higgs takes the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix, passes Kiki and up into first position there. But Kiki now has started really well, but it's the medium tyre starting to struggle. And it's a very hot day out there at the moment, absolutely roasting. And on one of the medium tyres are being roasted out there at the moment then, potentially. Potentially, I do not know, as we got more overtaking opportunities here. Oh my gosh, there's cars all over the show here. And Rocket Lee's also involved as well now. Movement as Smithy Almighty has left the session now. As, oh dear, Smithy Almighty was in the heart of this battle, in the heartful battle for points as well. Smithy's had a good start to the season as well with 6th and 4th position so far, but that is going to really hamstrung him in this race so far. Now Sirius Mushroom has gone up from last to 8th position now in the blink of an eye. Smithy crawling then in that Mercedes, and I've got a cable stuck all the way around my neck. That's not good. Well, I'm surprised I got it though, to be honest. Scooby Stew in 12th position at the moment. Scooby Stew is at Ted Tango. No, let me read Speed Kai's comments first then. I rejoined, it took it to Telecam, realising the pulled the car into the grass, quit rejoining when car was out of the race, and goodness gracious me, and Kiki has retaken the lead, then down into turn 1, passes Jay Hings, and through he goes. I do feel though, Jay Hings on the harder tyre, is that harder tyre, the better race tyre then potentially. Rocket Lee has passed Movement as well. There's a lot of overtakes in this race so far, goodness me, all down into turn 1 and 2 here. You can see, look at how much the cars are moving though. I must admit, I'm enjoying the cars very much moving under the drivers at the moment. It is a very hot day out there. It's very gloomy to begin with here in Spain, wasn't it? Goodness gracious me. Now the Mercedes driving it all over the back of Movement once again here. Rocket Lee into a fine 10th position, but it should be more for the Ferrari driver. But I think he'll be happy to get first points in his first points in this third race. It'll be very good. 17. Hats off to Don McDown for keeping going. He might need. Oh, Kiki has almost lost the car, and he's dropped down into third position now. Scooby Stew's got a 3-second penalty, and through goes Hinks, through goes Brooksy and Jay, and Kiki down into third position now. Oh goodness and gracious me. Back on board with Kiki, and he's all over the gearbox now, and Brooksy, here he comes, and he's got DRS and right on the money, and he's all over the gearbox on the McLaren, and we'll say flying past me, goodness gracious me, and they're going for it now, and Hinks is lost the lead, Brooksy takes the lead, Kiki is out on the inside, is he going for it? Not quite then, and Brooksy takes the lead for the first time in this Spanish Grand Prix, and is past the two blue cars. The question is though, now what are they going to do, because this is going to be very much strategical element in this race. Now we're about a quarter away, no we ain't, we're about a third of the way through this race, and I must say, strategy is going to become very apparent then, just like it was in silver, just like it was in gold, just like it was in 100% as well on a Wednesday as well last week. Of course, so incredible stuff indeed there. And through Cox Corner once again, and look at as the drivers are diagonal on the straight line, because they want a good run into turn 10, I believe it is. One retirement so far, that's Speed Key. And let me quickly read the comments then. Hopefully I can read them, as I rejoined the car pulling to grass pit and quit then, so that's Speed Kai out of the Grand Prix. Unfortunately, Jay Hings all over the back of Key once again then. Ted Tango, just only thing to look at is the race goes on fuel, and Earth's manager is difficult. Apart from that, not got a Scooby. What will happen then? Hopefully we want Scooby to get some points, but Scooby has just got a 3-second penalty there. But Ted Tango is absolutely bang on the money there, not giving too much away from Ted Tango, mainly because I think that Ted Tango may struggle, as said that is a bit unsure about what is going to occur in this race, which is quite shocking for Ted Tango, the experience under that man's belt there, so it is quite surprising, but that is the beauty about this Grand Prix. It's certainly, there's a lot more strategic element in this race compared to any other race. But yes, one thing is for certain there, and I bet my last cap that I have, that it is gears and fuel management there. Remember that we had a couple of drivers have issues with fuel management. Remember last night that as Yamakovic there was on course to win the Spanish Grand Prix in his debut for silver, and had and ran out of fuel with just a couple of laps to go there. My goodness gracious me, and that helped Glocks to win his first race of his silver career. And of course, he's already perfected the one lap, but now Glocks might potentially become the new favourite in silver then. Out of the final turn there, Brooksy is still got a decent advantage actually of half a second there, but that half a second is going to be eroded now with DRS then for the drivers behind him then, as Moomin's got a 3-second penalty. Moomin's had a difficult start in this season so far. Kiki has retaken the lead down into turn one there. Great indeed that as Noel Smithy, Nosey is saying, and Smithy out of this race at the moment has not returned into the session, I don't believe. What a save from Ted Tango, absolutely incredible from Kiki. Really well done indeed. I must say that I thought he was around, to be fair, Kiki, but he is not around, and more importantly, he is still in it to win it. Both Ferraris of Slayer and Rocket Lee are climbing over each other here. Moomin getting a penalty. Scooby Stew just behind us as well. Kaz has got past Styles, he's down into 13th. Styles there on the back of what was a really good result last time out in Austria. Moomin's tyres are not looking too friendly out there. He's good as me. He's skating across the circle at the moment now. Thank you very much for joining us here on this lovely Tuesday as well. Then absolutely a beautiful race indeed. And of course, a quick cheeky plug then tomorrow night we've got 100% then. Which I think they're on the no! Oh no, that's 2 times now for Kiki, and he has spun the car. And my goodness me, we just heard Ted Tango say what a save for Kiki. That is not good at all. Is that thermal dead, you think? Is the tyres overheated? Is there issues for the medium tyres? I haven't even got the tyres up. Sean, you're shambolic. Into the pits now comes Kiki. And further the way through this race then. And is that the medium tyres? Are they overheated potentially? Because that's twice now that Kiki has almost spun it. And the pole sitter is in major peril here. He's on the hard tyres. Remember though that there is a big deficit for the undercut. But the problem is though that as we've seen on Sunday, even if you come to the pits early, even if you come into the pits later, you do have an advantage of the tyres, which means you can just breeze through. Sick as muck is all over the back of Cassau, who's the highest running on medium tyres. So we've got the 2 drivers at the top on hard tyres. Then we've got Sick as muck flying in the Haas car, potentially looking on for a podium now in this one. We have the other hard runner of Scooby Stew, followed by Winnie Swanshanks. The other hard runners have come to the pits now. Sick as muck having a sniff at Cassau into turn to 9 and 10, or 10 and 11. I don't know where I am on the circuit. Mans didn't change his tyre pressure from quali. Nosey is saying that, oh goodness me. So yes, so that's a very interesting development. And I must admit, this is why I'm amateur, you see. I don't even know about tyre pressure and stuff like that. The only pressure I know about is the pressure I get when I haven't eaten in an hour. My belly begins to rumble. Sick as muck there, having a look at Serious Mushroom into the pits now. He's a very early pitter here, but we are about half distance, which is relatively where he should be. Smithy Almighty, I don't think he's in the race still, unfortunately. That is such a shame for Smithy Almighty. I'm wondering if Bark pulled the plug because Smithy is doing too well with his wheel potentially. Jay Hings there, 5/10 of a second away from Brooks at the moment. That's going to be a battle throughout the race. I remember that those had an incredible battle for majority of the British Grand Prix. We're just going back to the Ferrari battle at the moment there between Rocket Lee and Slayer. I wonder if Ferrari might be thinking about, is there going to be team orders in the Ferrari? Remember, Slayer won the race last time out. He's second in the World Championship. No, he isn't. He's leading the World Championship. It's Slayer. But Slayer is struggling at the moment. Now, really, it's not got the pace around the Catalonian at the moment. He's holding up Rocket Lee. And I wonder if Ferrari may... Oh, goodness me, and I've just heard my voice as well, because I was looking at the comments. I was screamed in your ear, I'm so sorry. And now Slayer and Rocket Lee, oh, it's come to blows there. I've almost scared myself as well. Oh dear, I've got a wet patch on me, poof, goodness gracious me. But Moomin is through as well. Oh gosh, that was horrific indeed. Look at the back ends on these cars, and they're struggling out there at the moment. Casal is dropped down into 4th position. That was that scared me, and goodness me, I think my neighbour might think I might have to go. Safety car? What's happened? What's happened out there? There's a safety car out there. There's issues in the pit lane here, and someone crashed coming in the pits. There's debris in the pit lane now, and I wonder if it's the Ferrari team then. That's a nose change there for Rocket League. Drive-through penalty. Oh, a serious mushroom. That is crucial, and that is painful indeed. Then, oh my gosh, then, and I'll catch up with the comments in a minute. But this safety car has really ruined a lot of people's races then, and it might have made a couple of races drivers race around. Diamond Dan then has not quit. He is back in this race now, albeit he's going to be in 18th or 19th position now. So the front runners are going to come into the pits now. Right, let me quickly catch up then. Yeah, mediums were needed around here then. Minimums was needed around here. Ted Tango saying in terms of tyre pressure then. So, well, that's what I do bad around here then, really, isn't it? So, yeah, maybe, so I'm wondering if the medium runners then, we've seen a lot of skating around there, under the cars there, and I'm wondering then if a lot of drivers have not as sick as Mo. That's a very cheap penalty to give away there for Six Smoke. He's going to be kicking himself on that, because Six Smoke is in contention for a podium here, potentially. The safety car has really ramped it up a notch or three, hasn't it, here in this race? Into the pits is the race leader, and Brooks, he's already stopped it as Mark said on the medium tyres, and a medium tyres out for Jay Hinks as well. I think it's a straightforward medium compound into the end of the Grand Prix. Casal on the hard tyres. Into the pits comes Marsky as well. Great job from Marsky in the Alfa Romeo there, moving in the pits as well, and whoa, almost an unsafe release there from the Alfa Romeo. Into the pits then comes the Alpha Tauri. Scooby Stew in the pits, and great pit stop from Scooby Stew, and Scooby Stew is in the heart of the points. Great son D Kiki flying through as well in 7th position. Styles in 9th position. Kaz just up behind as well, and Moomin there coming out in 7th position. Slayer in 8th. Both Ferraris, and I'm wondering if both Ferraris should have potentially maybe done a bit more team tactics, or maybe the serious mushroom into the pits well, but then again, what could they have done potentially? Brooks Innings cooking up like Ferrari in gold. Then Percy is saying that in terms of just doing a great job, aren't they, at the moment now, is Hings and Brooksy. We've also got I wasn't speeding, Sarah was saying absolute boulder dash, and I have no grip. What is his handling model then? My word, great timing the movement is saying as well. That's just a few comments there from the drivers. Two drivers there. Slayer is unhappy that there's some issues with the Ferrari. We have also got Serious Mushroom unhappy with the decision there from the from race control in the game of getting a drive-through penalty, which is all but ended. Serious Mushroom's incredible start to this race. Absolutely such a shame indeed then. As oh dear. As I'm wondering if the two Ferraris have come to blows in the pit lane, as there was debris, and I think it looked like a black wing, to be honest, but I'm wondering if it did have a hint of red on it as well. But actually galore in this race so far. Lap 16 out of 33 here. I am taking my jumper off at the moment, so I'm going to have a sweat. I'm going to have very much under man boob sweat again, unfortunately, which is not ideal, is it? But there we go. But however, luckily it is wash day tomorrow, so there we go. I just have to live with it for the next 17 laps or so around here. Also, a quick plug from BoxBox and the ALR Shop, mainly because, first things, I'm shameless. Shameless? No, shameless. Yeah, it is shameless, isn't it? Yeah. Of course, BoxBox then, of course, powers the ALR stream, powers me as well. BoxBox, make sure you get your apps, all that ready for the pre-season there. Make sure you get your favorite drivers on your home screen as well. I've got my favorite driver on there ready, Logan Sargent, ready to get going. I'm sure of it, he's going to be cooking on all cylinders this year. I have no doubts about that. So, of course, and it's going to be very interesting to keep up to date with the testing as well. And testing proceeds the week after the 15th of Feb. Of course, the last car launch is the 15th of Feb, which is a Red Bull, I think it is. So a lot of action going to be underway then. So yeah, make sure you've got your BoxBox app ready to get going then. Of course, also the ALR Shop as well. Of course, you can get your ALR merchandise. I've got my beautiful salmon pink jumper. Nolsey has his salmon pink jumper as well. I'm sure that Serious Mushroom had a couple of jumpers as well. I can't remember, he was on about that golden jumper, I believe he was, not too far. The golden jumper, I'm sure he's mentioning in silver or bronze or gold the other day as well. There. Oh gosh, I've missed all the comments. Safety cars in. Safety cars in. Let me quickly run through all this. Formula saying, I hope Rocket is okay. Fresh starts help me out a bit now. Dylan, evening, and Jake too busy. Sam back in Dilando is saying that. Don't crash, moving, no pressure. Then talk about anxious moments and my anxiety is going funny as we're going to wait for Jay Hings to drop the hammer. Then Sergeant for World Drivers Championship 2024. You're gone down in my estimation with that new info short. I'm sorry. I apologize profusely. On the final turn then, and let's get going again then. As across the line then, Jay Higgs and the other Williams driver that I'm a big fan of, and comes across the line to go down into turn one. DRS is not enabled just yet, and one retirement so far. That is Speed Kai after issues then, unfortunately, with his connection, or maybe even the lobby itself, and unfortunately got him knocked out at qualifying, and knocked out at the session. He tried to get back in. By the time Speed Kai got back in the race, he was already the game already decided that he was out, which is a bit harsh indeed. And I don't think Smithy is back in the session. Whilst I've been on the waffle, and now Smithy is going to be on the inside, but it ain't going to make a difference because Fifi passed it. Oh, I thought he was gone. And my goodness gracious me, used cars as a bit of a barrier there. Goodness gracious me, I suppose no harm, no foul. But Fifi, goodness gracious me, and all over the back of Cars now. Cars on the hard tires and medium compound tires now for the Aston Martin. On the outside, Cars I think break much earlier, as I think the Cars is more interested by getting those tires to the end then potentially. Can Smithy recover all the lost time he lost there? Cars is struggling to fire up those hard tires. Hard tires are the absolute premium tire in the opening stages of this Spanish Grand Prix. Lap 19 completed. Sick as Monk instead of fast up the race. Of course, you get a point for fast up. Then Rocket League flying through and up to third position. Serious Mushroom back in the pits is unraveling really badly for Serious Mushroom. Oh, goodness gracious me. Look at this end. Sick as Monk there. Of course, Sick as Monk is never shy, is he, to give it a go then? We're on board with Sick as Monk now. He's going for it. Not quite there. Brooksy, though, looked a bit wayward there. Look at the top three. Once again, scampering off into the distance. They are so quick, aren't they? It's great to see, isn't it? I think the rest of the field got a lot of work to do to catch up with the top three. And Kiki in fourth position, and Kiki, the other driver as well, is pretty quick as well. Kiki is on the hard tires, so is those hard tires going to be helpful towards the end of the race? We have heard about tyre pressure. We've also heard about we've also had other drivers having issues there with the tires as well. But tyre pressure seems to be the key ingredient for drivers struggling out there at the moment. But you got 3 penalties there, which is very good indeed. Actually, not good that the drivers got the penalties, but good that the lack of penalties out there. Very good something. Then which so very much hung me up to dry on Sunday for not to mention about the lack of penalties there. So very much keeping an eye on those penalties in the final third of this race. Setting up fast up the race then with Brooksy in second, Sick as Muck in third, Casal fourth, Kiki fifth with Marsky moving, Slayer followed by Scooby Stew who's flying. There comes Scooby Stew on the inside. Yes, he's done it, Slayer, who nightmare race continues, but Slayer does not have a penalty. Smithy in 10th, and he's recovered back in 10th very nicely indeed. That just shows the speed that Smithy has at the moment in that McLaren. At the moment, no, he's going to have an almighty final third of this race there if Smithy wants to reach the heights that he had in Austria and in the first race in Silverstone. Hing still leads the way. They have now dropped Sick as Muck. Sick as Muck is almost out of DRS range here. DRS is now going to be enabled. Now, there it is, and so Brooksy, there it is, the DRS drag reduction rear wing has been open there, and it's incredible. If you look at the rear wings from 2011 to now, of course, obviously they are a lot more different, aren't they, to when they were back then. But it's incredible how much that gap has really opened up in the as the DRS has just been fine-tuned. It's incredible to see. I absolutely love stuff like that. Out of the final turn then, as once again, then it looks like it's Muck there is really then back in at Brooksy. Then we're going to keep it on the top runners, but there's a lot of action going on further down the grid at the moment. We've just got new events on that in Paul's through. Jammy Git is all I say. Moving to say that I'm not sure if that is the Logan Sargent prediction. Or about a Jay Hings prediction. If it's a Jay Hings prediction, now I'll put all my money on Jay Hings, Brooksy, or Sickers Mug, or at Kiki, or Casal, or Marsky. Having said that, then I probably wouldn't get any winnings then because I'll be spending a lot on almost all 19 drivers left in the race. Scooby Stew on the inside there, but Slayer staying on the outside on the racing line, and he's got the circuit. He opens up the steering wheel. Nicely done indeed for Slayer, and he keeps that 8th position there, or retakes 8th position, I should say. Then back in the front there, and look at this, and they're now starting to Constantine back down once again, and the Hings is now just punching a big old hole in the air now. Here's a team for Brooksy and Seconds Mike in the background. 2.25 seconds back is Casal. I think it's going to be more concerned about Kiki and trying to keep him back then, but I think the Kiki at the moment now is absolutely flying now. Out of the final turn then, and lap 22 out of 33, 11 laps to go. Here they are. This is the top three. This is Brooksy in the orange McLaren. The papaya McLaren takes the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. And the question is, though, there has been on look at the what is going on here. We got a lot of overtaking at the back straight here, and that is Scooby Stew very much in the thick of things in the points. Good to see for Scooby Stew. He's having a much better time of things this season. Scooby Stew, it's great to see. You've got Rocket League up in 2 position there. Fifi jumping down to 12th, and I'm wondering once again that the tire pressures, or maybe the tires themselves, are just not the medium tires. I don't think are very happy indeed at the moment, are they? I think the harder tire might be the preferred race tire at this moment then. Oh, I've just bit my toe. Lap 22 out of 33 then. Of course, we are going to Hungary in a week's time. Of course, we've got all the classic tracks to begin the season 10 of ALR Formula 1, which is great to see, isn't it? We go to Hungary next week then for gold, silver, and bronze. Then, of course, there has been the landscape of ALR is completely changed, hasn't it? From just a few days ago. And look at Smithy Almighty on the outside, and that is an almighty manoeuvre from the McLaren driver. Wow, good stuff indeed there from Smithy. Talking of Scooby Stew, Smithy is also cooking as well. He was cooking towards the end of last season with 2 podiums, but Smithy absolutely flying. Marsky has lost out then. We've also got Casal, and look at that, there's going to be, oh my goodness me, there's going to be contact between the 2 cars, and Kiki is through. Brilliant driving. Hings has lost out because Sickers Mark is through. He has a 3-second penalty. Brooksy's broken the DRS already, and Rocket Lee's off the circle as well here. Oh my word. And good gracious me, it has been very, very... FIFA's crawling as well. That is Winnie has to take evasive action now. FIFA Beefy then, who's, goodness gracious me, does damage to the Aston Martin then. That's major damage as well for FIFA Beefy. He is going to be dropping down now, unfortunately, like a stone in this race. I wish I could drop a stone. And, whoa, it's FIFA who having issues at far corner. And that is a shame now for FIFA. It really is indeed. Then Rocket League recovering. Was there an incident between Rocket League and FIFA Beefy? Well, that remains to be seen. We'll have to find out later on that Brooks has got a 1.5 second advantage at the moment then over Sickers Muck in second with Jay Hings in third position. Jay Hings is gaining. Casal is still all over the back now of this battle here then. And yes, he's through again. Then they had a great battle down into turn 1-2 and turn 1, 2 and 3. Then last time out, Marsky is through. Smithy Almighty has passed Scooby Stew already. My goodness gracious me. I think that Smithy Almighty is going to keep fast wheel to the end of time, I reckon. My word. So maybe it wasn't, maybe the all the good results then that Farford's been having lately has been down to the wheel. They may have a magic wheel. As Marsky down into 7th position, Moomin is up into 6th position. And we've got Sickers Muck push Jay Hings off the circuit. That's how he got past. FYI, Percy is saying there. As oh goodness gracious me, as Marsky and Moomin there is not giving up their battle either. There are penalties out there at the moment. FIFA Beefy in the pit lane, he's coming up now, and he'll be going for fastest lap then. As so at the moment, so at this moment in time, it's Brooksy, Sickers Muck, Jay Hings. Then we got a 2-second deficit between Casal and Jay Hings. Kiki in 5th position, he's dropped back. He's a second behind now. We got a great scrap between Moomin, Marsky, and Smithy Almighty is tickling that DRS gap, and at the moment then, now we're going to go Marsky then, and now we got Sickers Mark through as well. I don't know who to look at. Jay Hings is through past yes, the Sickers might reclaim second position now, as Rocket Lee has got a 3-second penalty. Rocket Lee once again shown it. He has pace, doesn't he, in one lap trim, but the race trim at the moment there has just been a bit more difficult for Rocket Lee, unfortunately, that Ferrari. This is the part that we just left, Ben. My word there, but Moomin and Marsky on a great scrap at the moment. 25 bet out of 33 here in this race. Hopefully I'll be a bit calm, to be honest, because I am running out of air in my old lungs then as well. Driver of the day has been that's not the word I want. I was going to say erected then. Whoa! It's a Winnie almost spun the car. Rocket Lee is gonna freeze like a shark. He can smell blood in the water. Having a look on the inside into fourth corner here, but he keeps the position there of Win when he does that. Rocket Lee does have pace in that Ferrari, doesn't he? He's been unlucky though, hasn't he? In race trim, as I just mentioned before that. Yes, the driver of the day has been thrown up into the comments. Marsky, Casa, Hungry Stars, Kiki for your driver of the day then. Of course, get your votes in then. It'd be very interesting to see. Then it matters quite a lot to the drivers then. I think so. Yes. If you can give them a like, that'd be a like. Yeah, give them a like, share and subscribe as well. Share the stream as well. That'd be great stuff. There's no thumbs up or thumbs down, albeit unfortunately we can't see the thumbs down these days, can we? So we don't know if we're doing well or not. We probably can, to be honest, but unfortunately I try and ignore the negativity. Negative vibes, so it's probably not a good thing, isn't it? Brooksy, 1.5 seconds out on. I think that with Hings and Sickers Mutt there taking their battle on and off the circuit there, by the sounds of things, just reading Percy's account of things between Jay Hings and Sickers Mutt there. Unfortunately, both drivers cost themselves an abundance amount of time in this one. That 26 out of 33 then. So a movement who's going to be more concerned about this rocket ship in the second McLaren. My goodness gracious me. Ted Tango saying, Kiki, what could have been tonight? I absolutely agree with that. And Kiki almost spun once and spun the second time, and that second time has cost him. Kiki down in fifth position right there and trying to get past Casal. Is doing a great job there. Rocket Lee is all falling away for the Ferrari driver, and that's the whole front wing gone of the Ferrari. Oh dear, and Rocket Lee is going to have to make an additional visit to the pits. Talking to Kiki, there he is now. Kiki still trying to get past Casal as they are having an almighty scrap, aren't they, for fourth and fifth position there. No penalties on the horizon. However, this could be the battle for the final podium place there. Sickers Muck has a 3-second penalty there with just a handful of laps to go. Moomin has a penalty, so does Scooby Shoes, but that's going to be heartbreaking for Scooby Shoe, Moomin and Sickers Muck if they lose their positions there. But unfortunately, those are the breaks and those are the rules. Of course, you're meant to track extend or cut the corners there. Sometimes it's a bit harsh, isn't it? Other times it's all fair, isn't it? What is fair though is that all the drivers have to adhere to the same piece of the same rule, the same piece of track there. So if one driver does it, then the other driver does it, and so on and so forth. So kind of that's as fair as it can be, really, isn't it? I suppose. Sickers Muck is really dropping into the grass for these two now. So potentially Kiki and Casal are now going to be eyeing up the final podium spot. As Hings there, who has not given up the battle for the battle between himself and Brooks, then as now into fourth position and potentially fourth position. There's Sickers Muck and potentially fourth position goes Kiki through and into fourth position now with Casal down into fifth. Where's Smithy? Well, Smithy at the moment there is more about for the leader for Smithy there, but we're on board with him now. Moomin is doing a lot of harvesting on the AlphaTauri. That is going to be music to Smithy's eyes. That'll be, unless he does listen to music through his eyes, that's a bit odd. I think he probably listens to it through his ears, potentially. So one win for Slayer, one win for Kiki. Potentially going to have 3 different winners in the opening 3 races then. We're between Brooksy, Hings and Sickers Mutt then. Albeit then Kiki potentially get a second win. He's not out of this one, but I do feel that the race is now starting to fall away from Kiki, or it has fallen away from Kiki since the spin there, and Kiki's been fighting an uphill battle ever since, but might be able to salvage a podium here, or looks like he can salvage a podium here. Smith and White, I think we need to get past Movement quite quickly here, because Movement is skating around all over the circuit. Those tyres are not looking too fruitful at all for Movement. Movement, of course, very happy with that safety car, really propelled him up the order, but I think the Movement's going to be looking backwards and seeing the Papaya McLaren right in the wing mirrors as Casal is through. Kiki then, Kiki is through back down to fifth place. Moving defending now and keeping Smithfield Mindset at bay. That's a great defensive maneuver. And here comes Kiki and drop it down into fifth place. Casal back up into fourth. Very much a yo-yo of races. A yo-yo who overtakes at the moment in this one. My golly gosh, has got a big cloud cover here in Spain. Oh, Kiki once again there struggling with the grip on that Alpine car. My goodness gracious me. A very interesting dynamic this race has been tonight, hasn't it? That? Very good stuff indeed, of course. On this, it's been a gloomy Tuesday. It's stayed off. It's been a lovely day, hasn't it? Well, it certainly has in the old Gloucestershire area, or but, and all that kind of stuff. As Rocket League set the fast half race, and that is important because you get a point for the fastest lap then. So hats off to Rocket League. Potentially get its first points of the season and of its career as well at the fast lap. But Rocket League probably deserves more than that. Same with Serious Mushroom as well, potentially that drive-through, we was not on board, so he can't judge them with Serious Mushroom. He mentioned in the comments said that the drive-through was a bit naff there. Jay Hings is not naff, he's within a second now, so Star's got a penalty. Moomin cannot defend that one because Smithfield Mighty is very much like a freight train. Now he was coming through, come hell or high water. Into the pits comes the Stars, and I think the Stars might be thrown on a set of soft tyres on the second Alpine machine and going, yes, he indeed is, and going for the fast lap. Same with Scooby, same with Serious Mustang. So we've got a qualifying battle in the opening and the final couple of laps here in this one. Brooksy is going after a repel the attack from Jay Hings. At the moment, in the top two have never won a race in the has not won a race in this season so far. But Brooksy and Jay Hings have, and potentially going to be battling out for the world for the bronze championship, of course. Sickers Mutt there has started to extend his gap between himself and Casal, but it's not enough at the moment. It is not enough for Sickers Mutt to keep that podium place there. Whoa, Kiki off again there. It's been a very scrappy performance from Kiki. He's going to be kicking himself knows his ass for the position changes. There they are, my good sir. Driver of the day is already up and ready though. It is Casal on 60%, 20% for Stars, and 20% for Kiki as well. And I have just completely showered my phone. Oh dear, that's not good, is it? Goodness me. I don't know what it is though. Oh, is that Smithy? Goodness gracious me, Smithy. I haven't even had a chance there to bask in your glory about 7th position, and he's already up in the 6th there. Is Smithy. Great stuff indeed for Smithy. Hats off to Smithy. To be honest, I would have put Smithy in one of the driver of the days as well, to be fair. Of course, admin loyalty and all that, all that kind of stuff. And we've even got a secret handshake. But of course, I would also say that Smith and White, great recovery drive. Sickers Mug did a good job as well. But if it wasn't for that penalty, he would also probably be in that drive of the day as well. Scuba Stew up in 7th position, great drive for Scuba Stew. But once again, penalty may cost him in this one. Now we'll soon find out. It's not over till it's over. Styles back in the pits once again. Here's Marsky having a look then, as I think the Smithy has depleted his Earth deployment. Kiki and Casal are starting an almighty scrap there. I think one driver who is going to be very disappointed about the result, about what's gone on in this race, is definitely Kiki. Moon's got a free set, that's all but ended his chance for a point, I think. Diamond Dan, also another driver actually we should tip our hats off, because Diamond Dan it went wrong right from the get-go after a great qualifying, but he has kept with it, Dynamite Dan, as you might see in the background there. Smithy down into 7th position. I'm going to stick with this battle here with just 2 laps to go in this Grand Prix, and Jay Hings is going to have one shot then down into turn 1. It is all or nothing for Jay Hings to win the opening race of his campaign here. Of course, both drivers already won a race in their careers. Of course, as I can't find them now, unfortunately. Jay Hings there with 2 wins to their name then. And of course, we have also got Brooksy with a Grand Prix win as well. Can Brooksy get a second win and equal Jay Hings's overall wins? Then would be very interesting indeed. That, well, more than interesting. What is enthralling then? Is that a word potentially? What I do know is I'm very enthralled with this one there. And it's all or nothing for Jay Hings now. And of course, I hope you're all sat comfortably, or I hope you're somewhere safe, because you might be jumping for joy or jumping in despair, depending if you're a Brooksy or Hings fan. Then it's like this on the far left, and here comes Hings, and I think he's going for it. He takes the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix, and Brooksy is going to be absolutely devastated by that. He's seen Jay Hings come in, and he just couldn't do anything about it. But he does have that back straight, and in the background is Kiki and Casal contact between the 2 cars, and Kiki is out of the race then, and Casal and Kiki, they were very close before. That's heartbreak for both drivers, who Casal was driving an incredible race today, but Kiki out of the race, and that's 2 bad results in a row for Kiki. That is a major blow for Kiki in his championship campaign. There is only 18 rounds of the championship. You cannot afford many DNFs in this one now. Oh, goodness me. There's one more opportunity. Tango's saying, and here it is. And Brooks is going for it. He's having a look. He's down the inside. And oh, goodness me now. And my word, Brooksy, I think, slowed down at the apex there, because I think he might have just braked a bit too deep there. He led Jay Hings back through, I think, potentially. Maybe. It may have been the camera angle there. But Ted Tango right on the money then. Very, he knows what's going on. Out of the final turn then, and it is going to be Jay Hings winning his 3rd race of his career. That's his opening race win of the season now. He wins the Spanish Grand Prix here in Catalonia. Sick as much, getting 3rd today. Brilliant drive indeed. Smithy Almighty. What a performance from Smithy Almighty. And once again, Smithy Almighty has shown his performance, hasn't he, in that McLaren. Both McLarens there, once again, are driving superbly well this season. Smithy Almighty is, and that instantly in there for Kiki and Casal. Oh, goodness me, both drive. Kiki had a difficult race there, but he would have been happy with 5th or 6th there, maybe in 3rd as well. They were dropping out of the sick as much at 3-second window, but Casal, that would have been a great performance here. A great performance there, but that is a major blow indeed then for a major blow indeed for Casal, a major blow for Kiki as well. As of course, they was getting a bit fruitful, wasn't they, early on the race there, but potentially we'll have to look at that one back then, potentially. And Knowlesy as well, saying that, of course, GG Donald Dan, after being 40 seconds back on lap 8, from P18 on lap 7 there, was the worst feeling driving I've ever done, including after the 21 and 20, the 2022 and 21 games. But you'll take P6 Slayer, and so yeah, Slayer not a happy chappy in that Ferrari after the heights that he climbed in Austria, literally and figuratively, in the Styrian Mountains just over a week ago. There he is then, Hings, a 3-time Grand Prix winner now in bronze. Superb stuff indeed then, as they spray the bubbly on the podium there. Really good stuff indeed. Whoops, let me get my thing up. There we go. Oh, goodness gracious me. A bit of the core of the contribution before we leave, and it's not even on the clock yet, sure. Right then, as now then, let's take a final look at the classification then from the Spanish Grand Prix. Jay Hings, his 3rd win of his career. That is a 3rd different winner in the opening 3 races in bronze. Set is going to be classic. Brooksy then, goodness me, what that last lap lunge there for Jay Hings. And Brooks had another lunge, didn't he, down the back straight. We'll talk about that in just a jiffy. Sick as much, great drive to 3rd position there. Very much coming of age, isn't he, Sick as much is. That is important points. Smithy Almighty, my star of the show, brilliant stuff indeed. Lost the connection, came back to finish 4th. Marsky in 5th, great drive from Marsky and Slayer as well, who had issues. And Dino Adonis knows he said that 18th there, plus 40 seconds back, made his way straight back up in the 7th. Moving in 8th position, Scooby Stew, great drive in 9th, and Swanshanks picking up a point in 10th position as well. Castle, that is not what he wanted to happen there. Winning in 13th, Vintage, FIFA, Beefy, Serious Mushroom, Rocket League with that point, and Styles completing 18th position. Retirements, Kiki and Speed Kai out of the Spanish Grand Prix. And now I've got 3 drivers then in the commentary box there, and let's see if they are happy or not so happy at this result. I assume they're going to be overjoyed with this. And Jay Hings, your 3rd race win of your career, your 1st of the season. But that last lap there, goodness me, it was getting a bit fruity there between yourself and Brooksy.
Yeah, we'd been together all race, kind of dragging each other along. We knew it would come down to that kind of last lap battle. We've had it a few times already in Austria as well, but we can trust each other to be clean drivers, and like we kind of know where the limit is.
Did you sorry, I was just on the problem microphone there. And on the last lap as well, then of course, how much pressure was it? It was all or nothing then going down turn 1. Did you feel that was the maneuver you need to take to win this Grand Prix?
I think because of where the tyres were, they were very worn. I felt it would be quite difficult to stay close during the middle sector to go for anything on the second DRS straight. So I felt for me, turn 1, it's definitely the best place to go for it. You saw him go back for it after that second DRS straight. He went too deep and hit me, and then obviously he kind of let me go back past so that I could take the win, because he kind of knew that he'd made a bit of a clumsy move.
Will you be having a word with him after the race about that clumsy move, or is it all fair?
No, it's all fair because he lets me back past, so nothing's really happened from it in the end, so it's all fine.
And let's talk about your hard tyre stint then. You and Brooksy you was animals in the opening stage of that race there. Your hard tyre stint was magnificent. Because Kiki was on the medium tyres and just wasn't getting away, whilst you and Brooksy was seemingly very happy on those hard tyres.
Yeah, I actually felt like the hards were quicker than the mediums. I don't know what it is. It's just like, it seems like on the mediums you slide a bit more into the high speed corners, whereas the hards I felt absolutely glued to the track, so you could push a lot harder. I was planning on going quite long on those hards because of that, but then the safety car came out and changed the strategy for me to the mediums.
And this season, then it's been a bit of the opening stage of this season. How would you sum up then? I think it's been bits of up and downs then, but you got your first Grand Prix win of the season, then going on to Hungary in a week's time. Then this is maybe a catapult for a sign of things to come then with more race wins this season.
Yeah, I think Silverstone I was happy with getting a P4, that was good, but Austria felt like the quickest driver on track, only coming away with a P5 because of my mistakes getting penalties. So to come back today and win in Spain is it's a statement to say that I am still in the hunt for the Drivers' Championship, which is what I'm aiming for this season, and to let drivers know that I've still got great pace.
You certainly do. Well done, Stay Hings. Brilliant job then. Your 3rd Grand Prix win of your career. Magnificent stuff. Brooksy, we seen that lunge down into, I think it was turn 10 in the end then. Very close then, and we did see also you let Jay Hings back through as well. But you had to go for it, didn't you? You're a race winner.
It was a bit of fun. He knew I was going to go for it, but I thought I broke a lot earlier than I did. But obviously I didn't. But you have to compete. Everywhere, you have to go for it, don't you? So it was one of those ones.
Oh, exactly. I mean, we all know about Kimi Räikkönen in 2005. Oh, dear. But luckily, you didn't have that suspension issue. But you've seen Jay Hings coming at you over the last couple of laps. I thought personally that you have had the gap there, but that gap just shrunk. Now, what happened? Was you out of hers, or was it the tyre wear just fell off the cliff towards the end there?
Well, when Sickersmuth was behind us, I was kind of lifting us so Jake could get DRS. Because I know we trust each other that way. But then in the end, I couldn't pull away the way I wanted to, so I thought it's over now, so I let him win. Well, I didn't let him win, but he deserves the win.
But well, that's a very good point actually. You gave you even though you didn't give up the win as such, but you consolidated second position. Consolidated is that it? No? Yeah, you got second position. There, goodness me, big words on a Tuesday. But you got second position there, which is more points in the piggy bank, which means that your championship hunt there is still very much alive and kicking. There is that the most important thing for you today? Is keeping getting more points on the board.
That's exactly it. It's just keeping the consistency. Like, if I can get top 5 every race, it's fine. If I go for silly moves and spin out or something, it's going to cost me, isn't it? So I kind of trust the drivers around me to race properly, but it is what it is.
Thank you very much, Brooksy. Great start to your season as well. Fantastic stuff, Ed. And a good second position today. Then climbing up there, one more, and you will have the Grand Prix win next week. Then, and sick as muck. Then a brilliant drive for third position. I've been saying since about the last couple of races last season, you've unlocked something special in your driving style, and today you've got that podium as well. But it was looking a bit uncertain towards the end of that 3-second penalty. Was you a bit nervous in the car?
A bit, yeah. I think that's why I ended up touching Jay Higgs earlier on. I just wasn't expecting to slow down as much as he did. I wasn't even trying to overtake him, but yeah, at least he still got his win out of it. The 3-second penalty was a stupid pit lane infringement. So I'm glad whatever happened behind me happened because it's got me on the podium today. But the guys ahead just had that bit of pace. I think I'll agree with Jay Higgs about the harder being the better tyre. My strategy was go hard, soft. But the safety car changed that, and that's where that's at. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I always do. I always enjoy the races. I just wish I could have hung with the guys a bit better than I did at the end there. But no, all fun. And thank you for being my champion there.
No worries about that. And I would say that you're back to your best thing. And when I say that, I mean, I remember season 5 of Bronze, I think it was there, where you was very close to a Grand Prix win in Silverstone when you and Gina was going head to head. I think that you're going to get a win this season. And do you think the same? And where would you like to get it in the next couple of races? We've got Hungary coming up for one. Do you think you're feeling strong of going to Hungary?
I'm Hungary's not one of my favourite tracks, but if it's a bit wet, that I've got a chance there. It's a bit of a shame because all my favourite tracks haven't been voted for. So I'm just gonna have to try. I think USA might be my best chance. But we'll have to see what the others bring. But yeah, if I get the win, I'll be stoked. But I just want to try and get some solid points and see if I can challenge the guys ahead of me for spots on the championship podium there.
And do you you're challenging the guys in front, ahead of you, but I reckon you do have an outside chance of maybe getting a promotion push this season. Would you agree with that? Because I do feel that you're slightly behind the top 4 runners, but you certainly got a chance, especially on days like today.
I think I said at the beginning of this season, if the guys ahead of me keep having incidents, and I keep being consistent at least and not get strange penalties and weird stupid decisions, I should be fine. I should be fine. I should be in for a shot, I should say, at getting a promotion up to the league, up to the silver, which is what we want, which is what we all want.
Really good stuff. Well done today. All to all 3 of you. Brilliant stuff indeed. And yes, Rocket Lee, you did get that fastest lap point as well. So congratulations. That is going to be it then for Formula One racing in Spain. Tomorrow night it is going to be Knowles and taking you through the realistic 100%, where we've got some driver changes as well. Then so keep an eye out for that one there. As I've forgotten what they are. I even written it down as well. I've still forgotten what they are. Shocking stuff indeed. Then I'm now going to hibernate again. Then before I go off to Hungary. I am hungry, but I'm also going to Hungary as well on Sunday, and where gold is very much a tipping point as well, is there? And with Percy back to his absolute best, then goodness gracious me, that is going to get very interesting indeed, isn't there? And what about Nigel then? He had a nightmare, didn't he, in silver last week then, and of course today, Jay Higgs being our third Grand Prix winner. Goodness gracious me, it is set up for a pivotal race in Hungary in the Hungara Grand Prix.